Hello, everyone. Just want to share a few thoughts and words with you on Wishing Wednesday. Last week, I had the opportunity to travel to New York. My wife, Ann, was competing in barbershop chorus with Harmony Inc. And they had choruses and quartets competing for several days. And it was a great kind of break to get away from a few things. I was able to work on the road, so I was able to get some stuff done. But it was interesting to watch the competition go forward and realize that there was an underlying theme because they were affected by the pandemic also. They have chapters all across the country, and they meet once a week, and they get together to practice and support each other to better their singing capabilities. And the theme was, it's nice to sing together again. And they were relishing in the fact that they survived the pandemic. Sure, there was some issues that they had to deal with, just like we had to deal with. They seem to be coming out of it a little bit quicker than us, which is great. Where I said there's similarities, there's obviously differences too. But I mean, it was great to see all this come together. And what struck me so much is that I was focusing on the similarities where they were unable to meet on a weekly basis to sing, and you could tell that some of the groups had to do extra work to try to get back into the swing of things. They used Zoom. They actually did a virtual song where they had members in New York sing, and they brought folks who couldn't travel because of the pandemic. They brought them on Zoom, and it was a song that was all together. I have to tell you, folks, it was very emotional because it showed us how powerful it is to stay connected. And then when we were all in the shutdown aura, and we struggled to find ways to stay connected, Zoom was a big thing, and other social platforms. So I'm just sitting there watching it, and you can see the ladies get a little teary-eyed about this. And I'll admit, I got emotional too, because you could feel the love and the support in the room on how they acknowledged the fact that it had been a rough couple of years. But what I got kind of a chuckle was the fact that, as I said, they had the similarities. There's the quartet competition, and the winner of the international the winner at the international meeting they're called queens, and there's a crowning ceremony. Sound familiar, folks? And as I'm watching this, the MC made an announcement that was serious but kind of joking at the same time, where the reigning queens are the longest reigning queens ever in Harmony Inc.'s history. That's right, because they were crowned in 2019, and they hadn't had an international competition until 2022. So we're hoping that never has to repeat. And the four ladies, the four reigning queens, took it in stride and explained what they had done over the years to help folks stay connected, and it was a remarkable story. And I wish for you folks to reflect on that you have done a lot of work to stay connected. And we're coming out of this pandemic, and I wish for all of you to continue the hard work so that we can fully get out of this pandemic. And they crowned new queens this year, and the reigning queens got their permanent crowns. So that was quite comical, but yet, nice to see where other organizations struggle just like we did. But the thing is they're coming out of it, and so are we. Things will be going on in place to remind folks who have been away for a few years that we're coming back, and we're meeting. And speaking about staying connected in chapter meetings, while I was in New York, I was able to visit a chapter. And it took a while to find one because I went to one location and the meeting unfortunately was canceled. And because of COVID, there was an exposure, and they felt out of the abundance of caution that they needed to cancel. So I looked on Find a Meeting, and I was able to find a meeting a 30-minute drive away, which they were going to be starting in 40 minutes. So I made it just in time. And we had a lovely chat with the 5 members in the chapter, and it was great. It would helps me stay connected, and I've said all along I want to pop in on chapters, but just a little warning or caution, and is that because we're still coming out of the pandemic, and there'll be chapters that are standing up for the first time in a couple of years. They had to find new locations, and that whole situation with the pandemic. Let's remind everybody that if a meeting is canceled or there's a change in the location, the schedule, that you get that information out, or you post a notice on the door, because we're asking folks to come back. And if they show up and there's no meeting, we're going to lose them, and it's going to be difficult. And not to say that hey, we all forget to do these things. It's quite an ordeal. I mean, as I was sitting watching all the barber shoppers at this international convention, you could tell there was a lot of work. And was there some oops? Yeah, because people are still struggling with getting back to normal. And I'm letting you folks know we are getting there. I just wish that you folks don't give up. Reach out to everyone to go forward, to let them know that we are back, and we're not alone in all this. And I just wanted to share these things with you today on Wednesday. I know it's not a normal Friday follow-up scenario, but I just thought it was important for folks to realize that we're almost there, folks. It's there. It's there for the taking, and that we just got to keep on staying connected, strengthen those bonds of connections, and we're going to do just fine. So there's my more than few words for on a Wishing Wednesday, and I will see you soon.